to this episode of My Coaching Story. We're heading to Cologne, Germany this time and finding out from Diana what it is about being a coach that is. Diana, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Brett. Good evening.
Hey, it's a wonderful thing to be a coach. What is it that you enjoy most? What is it you love about being a business coach?
I think the most I love is being a mixture of a teacher, a friend, and somebody who helps to develop new business. So it's the mixture of different things that you do as a coach. Yeah. Not only coaching, but influencing people to become better business owners. That's what I love most.
It's kind of fun when you get to see them grow, isn't it?
Yeah, and in the beginning, when we start working together, they don't believe that they can grow because they believe they can everything. So they are not aware of what they don't know. That's the funny thing. And then after a year, they come back to you and tell you, oh, when we started, do you remember? And I said, yes, definitely. A lot has changed.
Yes, I do remember that stuff. Well, actually, speaking of change, pre-becoming a coach, tell people a bit about your career before becoming a coach and how that led you to coaching, I guess.
Okay, I started with my economy studies in the eastern part of Germany. So I come from the socialist part of Germany. And then when the walls came down, I had to decide what to do. So I started my business career with Procter & Gamble in Germany. Mm-hmm. So worked 10 years for P&G and then joined Diageo, the worldwide biggest spirits company. I was the Guinness boss of Germany, and I really loved to be in Irish pubs and force the brand Guinness to grow in Germany. But working for big companies has always made me a little bit sad because I couldn't influence the development of a brand like I would do it if it was my own brand. Mm. So after working for big companies for more than 20 years as a managing director, I decided to take the risk and try to be as somebody who's helping others to achieve higher goals. And I started as a coach 3 years ago, exactly 3 years and 2 days ago. So
perfect timing, I guess.
Yeah, that's why you choose me today for interviewing, because it's my 3rd anniversary as an action coach.
Mm. And so when you think about, because all of that corporate knowledge and you bring that, a lot of people never want to leave corporate and they don't want to, but when you take all of that knowledge you gained and you bring it to coaching, it's so much fun to help those small businesses and mid-sized companies.
It is fun and it's easier than working in a big corporate world because you can influence the things, you can influence the results by your own work. And you see at the end of the day what you have done. While when you work in a corporate world, you don't see what you have achieved throughout the days. You work, but you don't see what you have achieved. But working with clients, working with different clients the whole day. So I have 2 or 3 different clients, different companies, different industries in a day, and they all have their different problems. And I love to solve problems. So that's what really gives me a good feeling that I can help people, that it's never boring and it's always demanding my brain. And I love to be demanded by thinking about problems, solutions.
I hear that from a lot of people that, when they didn't feel as challenged in their previous work, but in this, they feel challenged every day to be at their best. Tell me a bit more about that from your experience.
Well, I felt challenged in the corporate world as well. So this was not my point. But I felt a little bit alone because sometimes I had the feeling that we are going in the wrong direction. And I am a brand lover. I was professionally raised by Procter & Gamble, and they believe they are brands. And when I worked for companies who didn't treat their brands like they should have treated them, then I thought I would do it differently. I would help a brand like Guinness grow in a country outside of Ireland. And it's worse to put all your energy behind. But then somebody from the corporate world comes and says, this is not what we expect you to do. Yeah. And I think, but that's what the brand needs in my country. So this is the reason why I, and then honestly spoken, I got married and then I thought I have a husband who can support me. So I can start. I can start new at the end of my 40s.
Yeah. But then, you look at the success of your business as a coach, but there must be some favorite clients in amongst that. There must be some favorite stories, because I think people find it hard to relate to coaching because they've never had it before. Tell me maybe about one of your favorite clients and that story.
Well, one of my favorite clients is also my oldest clients. I met him 2.5 years ago. And when I met him, he owned a company who was selling software. And he's the 60 plus guy who developed the software 20 years ago. And he said, the only thing I want to do is doing my software. I don't want to have all this company stuff. I don't want to do marketing or sales. I'm not interested in. So help me to organize this company so I can sit on my desk and do my software typing. And not working as a business owner. I said, okay, we can do this. And after a year, he said, now that I know how marketing works, I really love to do marketing. And I said, yeah, but we are doing this because you want to have more time for your software updates and you're developing. And he said, yeah, but I'm no longer interested in software. I do marketing. So this is one of the funniest stories, that people change, people develop. And while they develop, their targets, their objectives are changing. So it's very important that you always align your customer with, or your client with, the new objectives, the new goals they have, because they change, they develop, so their goals are developing.
Yeah. It's not just the clients that change. I think as a coach, we grow too. Some of our clients help us grow and become better. Is there any client that's really challenged you to grow?
Yeah, the one that I mentioned earlier. And then there are, by chance, I only got, or mostly I got, companies who are in the software or IT business. So I always have those nerds that are only focusing on their IT stuff. And I try to help them become better business person, better business owners. And this is what makes me so happy, that on one hand, I help them to develop as a business owner. And on the other hand, I learn a lot from them in terms of IT. So I became a fan of IT and digitalization for the mid-sized companies. So I help other companies to improve their processes with IT technologies, which I haven't done before. So this was not my intention when I became a coach. But now, since I have this knowledge that I got from my customers, I'm really, I put a lot of energy behind telling other companies how they can improve their processes by using IT technologies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how, we as coaches, I mean, we're still running our own business. We still have to build our business and bring on our employees and do all those sorts of things. And, meanwhile, we're coaching others while doing our own thing. Yeah. I want to turn a little bit to community as well, because one of the big things that I've seen is how not just you're impacting the businesses, but you're impacting the business community. Yeah. and changing that. How do you feel you've changed or impacted the community more so than just the clients?
Well, I always free up time to support two pro bono clients. One of them is always a startup who cannot afford business coaching. So I'm going to have at least one startup in my clients that I try to help to develop their own business over a period of 12 months. And the other thing is that I sometimes have private or non-profit organizations that also cannot afford a lot of money for business coaching. So I have one startup and one non-profit client always at the same time. So I have the feeling that I can give back something to my city, to my area, to my community with the knowledge I gained over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Community is such an important aspect of being a coach, and being part of the Action Coach community obviously helps every one of us. How is being part of...
Let me tell this, because this is very important. The Action Coach community, I really love to be to have my own company, and I built my own company. I have some employees already, but what I really like is that I feel being part of a bigger company like the ActionCOACH company. I have a lot of international colleagues that I can give a call or send an email or write a note in our internal messaging systems. I can ask, how would you do this? And I get answers from all over the world, from people I don't know, I don't even know their names, but they give me support because we belong to this ActionCOACH community. And this is what I really like. I have an international company, but I'm working on my own if I want to. So that's perfect.
Yeah, I think that, you know, we as coaches, it's good for our clients. We build a community in the clients. We help them learn together. And we as coaches learn together too. I think that there's no, every one of us needs someone to learn with and someone to grow with, mentors or coaches for all of us. When you have your clients learning together and with each other, that must help them a lot as well, that they get camaraderie and other people going through the same things they are.
Yeah. The format that I love most is the growth club. When I started, or when I had enough customers to invite them to a physical workshop like the Growth Club, we started to build this community. So they got to know each other. They all knew that they are customers of mine or clients of mine. So we started 1.5 years ago to have those physical workshops once in a quarter. And I put together between 10 and 15 of my clients in one room. And in beginning of April, there was the last Growth Club. Even if we have COVID, even if it's very difficult to meet, we had a physical workshop with 10 business owners with a lot of space, a big room, and a lot of hygienic standards, whatever. But the fact is that at the end, they said, we need to have this kind of meetings because we help each other. We discuss the problems of the others and we help each other. And they really said that this is one of the biggest outcomes of Growth Club, that they know each other, that they grow together, that they build their businesses together, and that they give feedback. That is one of the biggest impact that the Growth Club can have in your area as a coach.
Yeah. You know, if you look at it, every time you build that community and you add to it, there's no competitiveness. Those business owners get together and help each other, and they just want to help. And I think that's a big part of our vision for as an organization, the world abundance through business re-education. Every business owner comes to it with an abundance mindset of helping each other. And I find that business ownership can be very lonely. And if you don't have a great community, it's very tough.
And I thought that it's a typical American thing. Don't be mad.
I'm Australian. I'm Australian.
I know. It's a typical Australian thing, I thought. And when I worked for the big companies, we always said, it doesn't work in Germany. It doesn't work in our area. It doesn't work here because our market is different. Bullshit.
It's so funny.
I have to say that once you started, maybe you need to adapt it a little bit, but at the end, the system is working. So when I put together my clients, I thought, hopefully this went good. And I really kept my fingers crossed that it worked. And at the end, it worked. So the idea is great. And yes, being a business owner is lonely, and having the experience that others feel the same, that others also have the cash flow problems, that others also have we are looking for good people problem. This is like, there's a saying in Germany, if you have a burden and you share it, then it's half of the weight than it was before. So that helps, definitely.
I think it's amazing. So what's the future look like for you as a coach? Where do you see your future as a coach and growing your business and helping Germany grow, or Cologne specifically?
There was somebody in my ActionCOACH community who said, you have to have high goals. They need to be way high up. And my goal is that my company helps me to find my perfect world again, that I had as a child. So I need my company to grow. And I'm looking for 3 coaches right now, because I learned in one of your marketing sessions, if you are looking for 1 coach, why don't you look for 3? Because the work is the same. So I started to look for 3, and I already think I have 2.
Fantastic.
So they will start as coaches in the summer. I already have an assistant, and my company will grow, and we will have 1 or 2 more parts of the business. So helping startups, which is one of my heart-related topics, and then having the action coach business, and being I would like to be seen as the network company for my local area.
Yeah.
I want to be the one who's having all the networks, and you are looking for this, I know who's delivering that. So I bring you together, this actively bringing people together, who's looking, who's searching for, or who's offering, and bringing those people together and helping them to grow together, and to make sure that our society, our economical society here in this area is growing. That's something that I would like to push as with my company. And while doing this, we need to have a lot of fun. That's why I called my company Edutainment.
You know, Diana, I want to say congratulations on everyone that you've helped so far and all the great work you're doing so far. I think it's phenomenal to watch, but I think the next 5-10 years, the impact you'll have on your community and on those business owners will be phenomenal. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.